Okay, this video is being made on my Android, normally made on my iPhone. Android is not quite as good of a camera, but we'll see how this comes out, because it's about time to make another one of these garden tours. There's my Swiss chard that is doing a really good job. We just had our first batch tonight. It was yummy. It rained like crazy last night, and I don't know why after a day's done, with all the rain we got last night, these things look like they're struggling for water. We're going to water it shortly here, but I didn't figure on showing the garden, all wet, and I've only got so much time. So yeah, the things are coming along, no doubt. I've picked some cucumbers and all the things you saw in the short video there, but things are definitely coming along. I'm going some cabbages here, some good cabbages this year. There's some Trombosino squashes coming in. So we're just watching everything. There's going to be a lot. I think there may already be. I haven't looked carefully in here, but they've been flowering like crazy. And I guess some of them are sticking outside, so they are forming beans. Well, there's a couple more there. And I know there's going to be more. They're going to come up to size, and we're going to be picking a lot of beans here pretty soon, I think. So this is weird. This tomato plant does just not look healthy. Look at how it's already dying out. I don't know why. It's a cherry tomato, but that is one that I'm not happy with. And this one here would be a Trombosino. There's one right there forming. That'll be big enough. More of the tomatoes. There's a zucchini. Didn't get hardly any, if any, zucchinis last year. And squashes, very healthy looking. Brussels sprouts. There will be, this is peppers, but I already picked a small one, but there will be some of those this year. It's all kind of doing pretty good at the moment, just not getting, here's a whole bunch of beans flowering like crazy. So there's going to be a lot of beans there. And another, see how all the leaves are just curved away, and yet the soil is fairly moist. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't. And I've been giving it plant food too. I'm not happy with the look of the tomato plants. In particular, it looks like it's all the ones that look in the worst are the cherry tomatoes, the sweet 100s. Not good. I've been growing those other kind that are oval shaped, and maybe I'll go back to them. They may be more tolerant of things. There's a whole bunch of yellow squashes heading up in there. More beans. So that's this part of the garden rather. And we'll take a walk over quickly towards the outside garden. It gets more full sun than the old garden, which, as you'll see, is not being much utilized anymore. You can see that whole part of the garden there in back, it's not getting used because that doesn't get light until 4 o'clock. There's only like 3 rows here that I'm shooting right into the sun, so this can't look good. There's only 3 rows where I'm growing in anymore. Eventually it'll get to the point where I may not be able to grow anything there. At least not much. Low light doesn't do much for vegetables. There are flowers, but I don't know how many vegetables will put up with it. And I may have to set up an actual garden right out in this area and put the fence around it and be done with it. It'll be in pots, in rows. So some more beans here, doing well. Swiss chard, you see 2 buckets of that. There's some cabbages. This is a Brussels sprouts. You can kind of, and see here's one of the bigger tomato plants, and look at those leaves. They're right up there. They're not curled up or anything. So I think, and here's a couple more of those other tomato plants, and they're not curled up. So I think it's those those cherry tomatoes. I don't think I'm going to get those next year. I will. Wow, it looks like some big ones forming over in there. Can you see them? I don't know if I can see them in there. They're just kind of popping through the leaves. Some cherries, some tomatoes that are forming. Here's a trombosino that looks more like a zucchini. And here's one that looks like a normal trombosino. It's a crook neck. And there's some more squash. So I expect pretty soon there might be a lot of picking to do as things are going along. And this cherry tomato plant looks like it's happy. Maybe it's the sunlight, or maybe not actually, because here, look, more parts of the plant just shriveling up and dying. So I don't know what it is about this, but I'm not impressed with it. All the others are doing fine. There's Early Girls and there's Better Boys are the types that I have. So that's kind of a quick look of everything. Oh, and in here, if you can see, I don't know if you can, but there's peas. I put the caging around it to keep the critters out, but I didn't get a lot. I didn't plant a lot. And once these are gone, I'm going to rip them out and probably put a second crop of beans in. As far as everything else, look at this. These are the Japanese wonder plants, the Mirabilis that I raised from seed. That one's red. That one's going to be yellow. I don't know what color some of these others are going to be. This hosta hasn't been nibbled at all for some reason, and yet the one that's further away over here, deer came out and ate it. This is the onion plant that makes big balls. It's kind of interesting. And these are, I'll get two of these. They're like daisies. They're pretty. And this is where I planted all the other bulbs from the that I got from seeds in the previous year. They haven't come up to flower yet. They don't get as much light here as those others do. And light is everything to plants. I don't think there's much else here to report on. Judy's watering. This is the one, the hosta that got eaten weeks ago. They came here, but they were afraid other ways. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to get wet. So I'll just walk around this way and back to the last Mirabilis, and then kind of end it there, which is the one that's just behind the house here. And it's blooming with its yellow flowers, and there's going to be a lot more because it's just starting. But this is the grandpa. Oh, that's weird how that's making it look like this purple leaves or something, but that's the paving behind it. Anyway, probably call it quits at this. I gotta get my clippers out and clip these down and the one in front. And this is the crushed rock I gotta put in a few places. So that's my duties for tonight and tomorrow. Do those plus water the garden and pick anything that needs picking. At the moment, not much, but it's getting there. That's it for now. We'll stop here.